Let me tell you, my friends, the greatest challenge in this life is not the obstacles we face in the world, but the resistance within ourselves to believe in something greater than the evidence of our senses. The 3D world, the world you perceive with your eyes, ears, and hands, is nothing more than the outpicturing of your inner state. Yet how often do we allow it to dictate our feelings, our faith, and our future? You see, the mistake we make is that we think the 3D world is permanent, fixed, unchangeable. But let me assure you, it is nothing of the sort. It is a shadow, a reflection, a mirror of the state you are occupying in imagination. And as long as you accept it as truth, you will remain its prisoner. Let me give you an example. Suppose you are faced with financial difficulties. You see your bank account dwindling, bills piling up, and you feel overwhelmed. What do most people do? They react to this evidence. They worry. They complain. They reinforce the very state they wish to escape. But the secret, the eternal truth, is that you must deny the evidence of your senses if it contradicts your desired state. I'm not suggesting you ignore the world around you or pretend it doesn't exist. I am saying that you must not give it power. Do not allow it to sway your inner conviction. Persist in the assumption that your wish is already fulfilled. Feel the wealth, the abundance, as if it were true. Now let the feeling saturate your being until it becomes your dominant reality. Now you may ask, but Neville, how can I persist when everything around me screams the opposite? And my answer is this: through the power of imagination and faith. Faith is not merely believing in what you cannot see. It is knowing beyond a shadow of a doubt that your assumption is the truth, and the world will rearrange itself to reflect it. Do not wait for the evidence to change before you feel differently. The world will only change after you do. Persist in the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and I assure you, no power in the world can stop it from manifesting. The 3D world is compelled to conform to your inner state. Let me share a story. A man came to me once, desperate to change his circumstances. He was in debt, unemployed, and his family was losing faith in him. I told him, close your eyes and see yourself as you wish to be. Imagine the relief and joy of having all your bills paid, of having a stable income, of being celebrated by your loved ones. Do this every night before you sleep, until it feels so real that you drift off in the assumption that it is done. He returned weeks later, transformed. He had found a job through unexpected means, his debts were settled, and his family was now looking to him with pride. What had changed? Not the outer world first, but his inner world. By persisting in the assumption of his wish fulfilled, he drew to himself the very conditions necessary to manifest his desire. And so, my friends, I ask you, what are you assuming right now? Are you dwelling in the wish fulfilled, or are you reacting to the evidence of the senses? Choose this day whom you will serve, the 3D world or the inner world of your imagination. Remember, the outer is but a shadow of the inner. Change your state. Persist in the assumption that your desire is already realized, and the shadow must obey. Deny the evidence of your senses and live in the end. For as you persist, you will discover the truth of the great law, that imagining creates reality. Be faithful to your assumption, and you will prove for yourself that imagining truly does create reality. Persist, and it is done.